Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of New Strength Sugar Babes. And we have a sugar babe from Brisbane. She doesn't actually train in our gym. She's in our online program, Win at Life. She lives on the northish side. It's north, but it's north. Yeah. And Michelle has 4 kids and she works full time. So I just think she's amazing. I actually just really admire all the mums in the program. And whenever I'm like having a bit of a teary about like, oh, I'm so busy and whatever, I just sit there and I think, no, you're not kidding. You really have no fucking idea really about what it's like to be busy. So yeah, you've done really, really well in the program. Like we said, you had your couple of little meltdowns at the start, but you got your shit together and now you're just killing it. And you've, seen good changes in your body and, changes in all the subjective measures. So I'll stop crapping on. And if you could just tell the viewers, what were the issues that you were having prior to joining the program and how are they affecting your life?
I guess my mood was probably affected the most because I just wasn't happy with myself and just how things were. I was feeling pressed for time because I was trying to fit a million things in, work, kids, exercise, and the exercise I was trying to fit in was probably at least 5, sometimes 6 sessions a week, and it would involve at least 3 lots of aerobics like Zumba, pump classes, body attack, where I'd just kill myself and be sweating, and then it'd be really annoying because I'd have to wash my hair that night and I'd waste another half an hour washing my hair and blow drying it. And then I'd try and do weights, but I wasn't doing proper weights like we do now in the program. I was lifting free weights, and now that I reflect on it, I thought I was working hard, but I really wasn't. I wasn't working to failure where, like Craig would say, you should feel like you're about to die. And I know that feeling now and how I should have been training. And so I was also eating next to no food. My goal each day was to eat under 1,200 calories. And if I didn't eat under 1,200 calories, if I ate like 200, 300 over, I would say to myself, right, when I get home tonight, I've got to burn that 300 off, so that I was always in that calorie deficit.
Wow.
So I was always in this state of, what are my calories at? As soon as they tip over, even if it was 50 calories over 1,200, I would go for a walk around the block to burn off that 50. I didn't even know what macros were, so I'd just kind of eat. I thought I was eating clean, and most of the time I was, but then I might go and eat a hamburger for dinner or fish and chips, and then I'd go, oh shit, I just ate 600 calories, right, better go home and do an hour and a half of Zumba tonight. And sometimes I'd do the Zumba at home in my bedroom on YouTube, and sometimes I'd have my Fitbit on, and if I knew that I'd eaten over 600 calories and I'd been doing an hour of Zumba, and I'd look down and I'd go, damn it, I've only got 450 calories. So I would literally press to the start again and do half of the workout again. So I'd be running around, sweating my ass off for an hour and a half to burn 600 calories. And I wasn't really noticing any change. As soon as I hit 40, stuff that kind of used to work for me stopped working for me. So I was doing this, particularly so in the last year, and things that used to work for me weren't working, and I was just starting to get the shits because I felt like I was working really hard and nothing was happening, and I was just unhappy, and then I was grumpy, and it would just affect my day. I wasn't sleeping. I had no energy, and then I stumbled across your webinar one night and watched it, and it just sort of all made sense to me. It just clicked and made sense, and I thought, okay, I've got to give this a go. And that's when I decided to give it a go, and haven't looked back.
Yay! And here we are 12 weeks later. It's just amazing how in 12 weeks how much better you can feel and the results that you can get, because we always talk about it's the long game, but if you really just apply yourself and be consistent, you'll see good, improvements in everything, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, well,
and
actually,
I think the reason why I had a couple of meltdowns at the beginning is because initially I put on a little bit of weight in the first couple of weeks. And it was just messing with my head because I was eating more calories. So I straight away went on to 1,700 calories from being on 12 to I've been eating a little bit more just before I joined the program because I always thought, whatever, I'm just going to eat whatever I freaking want because it doesn't do anything anyway. And then I was on 1,700 and I did put on some weight, and that's when I had a little meltdown with Mel and said, what's going on? I'm putting on weight. I shouldn't be putting on weight. This is not why I joined the program, to put on weight. And then I had a meltdown I got really bloated and constipated for 3 days, and I almost looked pregnant. And I remember saying to my partner, I look pregnant. And then I was complaining, and I said, I should be seeing changes, blah, 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 blah. And then Mel said to me, that's when I was sort of saying, I feel like I want to give up. And
2 weeks in.
Yeah.
2 weeks in. Well, I see it's been 2 weeks. Yeah. You're so conditioned though from the fitness industry to think like, oh, quick, everything's quick, You
want that quick fix, and you're not seeing that immediate
instant
change. And instant. And then Mel kind of said to me, which did stick with me then, because I'm not a quitter. I'm really not a quitter. And I think I was just wanting attention. But Mel said to me, what, so you've spent 30 years wrecking your body, and after 2 weeks you're not seeing changes and you're just going to give up? And I just went, okay.
Fuck you. Yeah.
I thought, well, that kind of makes sense. I probably need to give it a little bit longer. And she said, look at your spreadsheet. So I looked at my spreadsheet, and I'd only had 2 weeks to go on, but my measurements had dropped. And I thought, okay. And then every week after that, I just focused on my spreadsheet, and I could see that the measurements were dropping, and I stopped focusing on the weight. And that's what kept me going each week. And I sorted out the bloating and constipation issues with the testing and measurings of the food. And I'm just so glad that I got over that and kept going.
I'm glad too.
Because if I had given up because I just wasn't happy with a quick fix, I wouldn't have seen all the benefits.
Yeah. Oh, it's I think though, like you said, everyone's so conditioned to wait. But when you actually look at the data, you're putting on muscle, and that's what we want, because that's what's going to give you that beautiful toned athletic body, is more muscle and less body fat. So the scales are actually really irrelevant, really. Like it's.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't give up too. And what about, so now your digestion, your sleep, your energy, how's all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, well, my sleep pretty much improved from day one.
Good.
That's the other thing that kept me going, because I was quite amazed by that. Because I've been taking sleeping tablets to sleep for the last probably 10 years.
Wow.
Because my life's really busy with kids and work and everything. And I went through a divorce 3 years ago. And that was the last 3 years, except for the last about a year, have pretty much been the worst time of my life, and the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. And it wasn't a happy divorce, so it was a very, very stressful time. And so I carry a lot of stress, and even before that, leading up to the breakdown of my marriage, I just wasn't sleeping. And I'd toss and turn and wriggle, really restless legs. And so the only way I could get to sleep was to take a sleeping tablet. And pretty much after day one of the program, I didn't need a sleeping tablet, and I haven't needed a sleeping tablet since. I've just slept like a baby every night. So I was really amazed by that. And then the other subject, I got instant energy as well. I just had energy throughout the whole day. So there were those two things, and the sleep, the energy, my mood started to improve after I had my meltdowns. That started to kind of kick in. And yeah,
your bloating's gone and your constipation. Your bloating, constipation's gone.
Yeah.
Geez, how much better do you feel just sleeping, I think? Just sleeping through the night.
Oh my God. So much better. Like I literally, like you say, you should fall asleep within 20 minutes or whatever, and then not wake up till the morning. And that's how I've been sleeping. Like I still probably don't get 8 hours of sleep a night because I don't get to bed until 11 o'clock at night. But I get a good 7 hours. I usually get about 7 hours sleep, but it's a block of sleep.
It's solid.
So it's solid. Yeah. So that's been awesome.
You feel like it's just changed your life? I think just the sleep alone.
Oh, the sleep alone.
And you just feel happier.
The sleep alone and the energy, just having more energy through every day. Like every now and then I'll feel tired, but it's because I know the reasons for it. Like this week I've been up marking year 12 student work until 1:30 in the morning 2 nights a week, and I've only had 4 hours sleep those 2 nights. So I know why I'm feeling tired the next day. And I'll get that sleep back. I'll catch up. But yeah, it's just given me a good basis and foundation, with the nutrition and the training, and just other things. Like I've recovered quite well from the training each day. I haven't noticed I haven't suffered with poor muscle recovery or anything. And I used to get a lot of back pain with weights training and just in general. And I was just saying to my partner last night, I haven't had any back pain with this training. That's
so great. And
that's been,
sorry, keep going. The back pain.
I just think maybe it's because I'm building muscle.
You're just lifting correctly too. Your technique. You just learn the right technique. And you've talked about, because you obviously just train 3 days a week, the strength training, you do it all online. Talk about the strength increases you've seen since the start, because you've been looking in your recomposer, because we've got our little monthly.
I think, can I remember it off the top of my head? I think my strength test was 45 when I started, and it's 61 now.
Nice.
So I'm pretty, that's 6 weeks in recomposer. I'm pretty happy with that.
That's amazing. Then, you should be really happy.
And then the bench, like we were saying, not as much. I think that's gone from 33 to 38 or something. Like it's not big. And then the deadlift, that one's been good. I think it was something like, I can't remember. I know now it's at 84, and I may have started at like 57 or something like that.
Yay! Isn't that amazing? And that's only 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Imagine where you'll be in another 6 months.
I know.
So exciting. It's so good.
Chase that goal of the 100.
You'll get it.
Deadlift.
You'll get it. You watch. In the next 12 weeks, you'll get it. Just too, like you're just learning the right technique and working with Jake and the coaches, and just that coaching, I think, really helps so much with the strength, training. So I used to be like you. I used to do all the dumb shit like the classes and just run around the gym doing circuit workouts and stuff. And as soon as I actually invested in, I met Craig. Obviously, he coached me for free. Well, he should have, because I was having sex with him. So bloody hope he'd coach me for free. Not anymore though. He won't coach me anymore because I'm too annoying. But yeah, I think just getting that, learning the correct technique really just helps so much, and pushing actually hard. So I just think that so many women, they don't really understand what they're truly capable of. So I reckon you'll easily crack that 100 in the next 12 weeks. Easy. You'll be on that leaders board.
I'll have a little party.
And Michelle, some of the objections that we get when women are thinking about joining the program, and you'll be able to talk about all of these, is one that they say they're too busy. I'm too busy to do this. You've got 4 kids, you work full time, you're divorced. What would you say to that? Because you're pretty fucking busy.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy. You're not too busy. You've just got to work out your time and what you need to get done in each week and make things a priority. And I think it's really important, particularly as a mum, to make yourself a priority, because when you're in a good state, then you're going to be a better mum and your kids are going to be in a good state as well. So for me, that was really important, that I had to make me a priority. And I found that I thought I didn't have time, but I was actually wasting a lot of time in my week. I was doing extra gym sessions. So already, by taking a couple of those extra gym sessions away that I no longer required, I had an extra 2 hours. So that 2 hours could be put into meal prepping on a Sunday. And then having food ready to go in the fridge. I wasn't having to duck down to the grocery store or go out to dinner, 15-minute drive there, 15-minute drive back 3 times a week. There's another hour that I could find. And just being organised with home and organised with your work and saying, right, when it gets to this time, I'm doing this, and slotting in your session or what it is that you're going to do, and just saying, this is what I'm doing at that time. And if I can fit it all in, then unless someone's got 5, 6 or 7 kids and is working more than full time, I also sing in a band outside of work, so that's every Saturday night for 6 hours. Oh
my God.
So really, and all day Saturday I'm at sport with children between 7 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I go and sing. So I have 1 day off each week, Sunday, and all my training session, I'm not an early bird. I can't get up in the morning. So as in I can't get up at 4 o'clock or 5. I'm like, no, I'm sleeping till 6. That's it. So I do my training sessions after all the after school activities, after we've done dinner, after we've done homework, after we've done lunches. Sometimes I start before the kids go in bed, but anytime basically after 8 o'clock. And sometimes I am still training at 11. But I try not to be training that late if I can, because I do find those sessions I'm a bit more fatigued and I won't perform as well. But yeah, if I can fit all that in, anyone can.
And I actually think it gives you time back, because you're focused, your food's done, 3 hours a week of training. It's like you're not spending 6 days a week by killing yourself and being exhausted.
That's right.
Yeah, totally. If you can do it, I'm pretty sure there's not many people out there busier than you. The second one is money. So, you know, I don't know whether I should invest this money in myself. Do you feel like it's been worth the investment?
Yeah, absolutely. I was a bit, when I first saw the webinar and then you have a look at how much it's potentially going to cost, I thought, oh, shit, I don't think I can spend that much money. That's a bit. And then I stepped back and thought about it, and initially, you know, I thought, okay, well, this is almost over a year. I'm paying an amount each week. That's okay. And then I thought, well, I've cancelled my gym membership recently. That was, you know, $30 a week. I did invest money into buying a home gym, because for me, it's just easier for me to just walk downstairs and train. I don't have to drive anywhere, so I'm saving time there as well. And for me, I didn't mind investing money in the gym because I've got 4 boys, and my eldest is nearly 14 and my youngest is 8. So they're all going to
use the gym.
I'm modeling health and fitness to them, and they're So I thought that was a good investment, and I'm never going to need to join a gym again. And so I'm saying, the way I sort of justified it to myself was that I'm never going to need to join a gym again. $30 a week for 1 year. I think it works out to be like just under $1,000 or around $1,000. And I thought, that's cheap for me to invest into this program when I'm never joining a gym again.
Totally.
So,
and the thing is, you never have to do another program. It's like people
That's
go and
right.
invest over and over. It's like I bought this really good set of pots and pans the other day. Like I finally invested in some good ceramic ones. I only bought 4. So like I'll just buy the ones that we use. And they were expensive, but it's like every 6 months I was replacing these shitty pans, and these ones are beautiful. They don't stick, they wash easily, and I'll probably have them for life. So it's like, you know, you can continue.
Exactly.
I think people just want shiny. They want new shiny. It's like invest in quality, and you'll set yourself up for life, and you'll never have to. And I mean, I always think too, like, if someone had said to me, like, I remember I did the program with Emma, and she's a certified nutritionist. So like, she's not cheap, but to me it was cheap for what I actually got out of it. It changed my life. The sleep, finally have a body that I love. I can eat heaps of food, train 3 days a week. It's like, what is that worth to you? You know, like.
Exactly. And when you add up all those other things, like you were saying, like, I'm not buying sleeping tablets anymore. I'm not spending heaps of money on takeaway food. Like this week I had a little bit of a problem with my knee, and I was at Naretta, I think that's how you pronounce it.
The WOW physio. She's amazing.
The physio. And I thought, wow, that's just saved me a physio fee. You know, just little things like that. It keeps on giving back. So to me, it's worth it. You've just got to think about it holistically, and the benefit you get.
I think too, a lot of mums, like, I'm pretty selfish. I don't have any kids, but I always am of the belief that if you've got to fill up your cup first, like if you're not happy and sleeping and feeling good, like Craig's always like, you're always so happy, Kitty. But I'm like, that's because I'm selfish. Because I can give so much. But it's true. It's like when you look after yourself, you want to give more to everyone else around you, and you can give more. Whereas if you just sacrifice everything, don't sleep, don't feed yourself, don't look after yourself, you're just a moody bitch. It hates everyone.
You're just you're a drain. Negativity breeds negativity, and positivity breeds positivity. So you want to be positive, because that's gonna then rub off onto your kids and the people around you. Yeah,
totally. Definitely. Be more selfish, mums. But they all the mums say that to me. Like they all say when they come on and do this, they're like, you know, now that I've invested in myself, I'm actually a better mother. Like I'm more patient. I feel happier. You know, I can give more to my kids. And I think being a good role model for them too, you know, like I want, if I ever have a daughter, I don't want her to do all the dumb shit that I did, like starve myself and, you know, like have the issues with food. And I want to be able to be a good, you know, teach her good things about nutrition training. And finally, women are worried about doing it online. So, you know, like you've done all the training online, you've had those amazing strength increases just with the coaching online. How would you describe the support and the structure and how the program's delivered online? And if a woman was worried about doing it, you know, does she have anything to worry about?
No, because you've got access to, you know, the Slack forum 24/7 and the Facebook page, and just being in that environment where you can sit, you know, you're not alone, and you see people posting questions and comments and getting immediate feedback. Like I never have to wait. You know, the longest I may have had to wait for feedback is, you know, certainly for videos no longer than 24 hours, but just general questions sometimes no longer than half an hour. And you see other questions answered, and it assures you as well. So posting the videos and looking at your own videos, you learn, and then you've got all the exercise videos on the website, and so you can watch them over and over again. Plus Jake and the trainers are always putting up extra videos on the Facebook page to refine techniques, and the feedback's great, and it's enough to go on. So whenever I do my training sessions, I set up the weights and everything, and then before I start my exercise, I go into my Slack training forum, and I have a look at the last time I posted this exercise video, and I look at Jake's feedback. And he might say something like, okay, in this, just make sure you try and lift your hips a little bit higher. And he gave me a suggestion last night with my Romanian deadlift. That was the feedback, and also to maybe put my toes on a plate so that I get more of a hamstring stretch. So I did that, and it worked. Just followed the instruction, took another video, posted it, and it's great. And I'm lucky enough to be in Brisbane. If I want to, I can go into the gym, which I'll line up in a few weeks' time. But yeah, with all of that support, there's so many resources online to access 24/7, and you're just never alone. So yeah, it's great.
And finally, if a woman was sitting on the fence and she was skeptical, because everyone is, because, you know, we're like the opposite of what the fitness industry tells you. What would you say to her?
I would just say you've got nothing to lose. Think about everything that you've been doing in the past, and how's it been working for? I love Dr. Phil. And when I was a stay-at-home mum, I used to watch Dr. Phil every day. And I just loved his questions. So how's that working for you? And
it's so true.
How's that working for you? Well, it hasn't been working, has it? So what have you got to lose? It's like when you ask a question, you might as well ask the question, because the worst that the answer can be is no, and the best that the answer can be is yes. So with this program, the worst that the answer could be is that it won't work, which it will, or the best it can be is that it changes your life and you'll never look back. So
thanks, Dr. Phil. It's so true though. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same shit over and over again and expecting a different outcome. It's like, this lady was emailing me today, and she's like, I'm doing cardio every day, 50 minutes, blah, 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 and I'm eating 16 to 800 calories and I'm not seeing results, and it's 3 weeks in. And I just wrote back, I said, I do no cardio. I'm like, and then she goes, but I've built the muscle and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, is what you're doing working? Like, you've just told me it's not fucking working.
Exactly. My girlfriend was complaining to me the other day because she's my best friend, so I told her about what I was doing right at the beginning, and she's all a bit skeptical, and then she's telling me about her, eating under 1,200 calories to try and lose weight, and eating fruit and vegetables only, and basically starving herself. And she lost weight. She lost 5 kilograms in about 7 days, and then she put it all back on again. So that happened when I was up to about week 4, and I'm now up to week 12. And she messages me last week, and she's like, I feel so crap. I'm back at the weight I was at, and I really want to be at this. And I said, you can always try this diet. And then, because she knows everything, and then she said, I'm just going to do what I know works, and I'm just going to go back to the fruit and vegetables. And I'm thinking, are you fucking stupid?
Do you want to?
You've just told me that your weight's gone back up and that you have to starve yourself on fruit and vegetables.
Tell her that if she doesn't eat enough protein, her liver can't do its job of detoxification. Just tell her, give her the 28-day free challenge. Get her to try that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, good idea.
I'll send you the link. So, have you got it? Yeah.
Over there. No, can you send me the link?
Yeah, I'll send you the link. But it's like, I think they just have to go through enough pain, and eventually she'll be like, okay, I've done this enough times now. I'm sick of feeling, like crap. But anyway, you can just show her your amazing results.
Actions speak louder than words.
So true. You'll be rocking that bikini in summer and she'll still be fucking hating herself eating 12. It actually makes me feel sick now thinking about eating that little. And I cannot believe that I did for so long. Like now, if I get hungry, I'm just like, just that feeling of being so starving and that constant battle in your head of going, I can't eat. Like, what have I got to eat? Whereas now it's just like, I just eat and I listen to my body and
I know.
Yeah. It's just so empowering. It's so freeing.
It is so freeing, and not having to worry about, I've got to go and do that workout to burn off those calories that I've just eaten today. I don't need to worry about it because I'm not overeating and I'm feeling full and satisfied with the food that I'm eating, and I'm not craving chocolates or junk food, or I just feel satisfied every day. I don't have that. I used to always have that need to, like, where are we going for dinner? What are we getting? I feel like Mexican. I feel like fish and chips. So I just wanted that real savoury kind of hit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd always need the chocolate in the afternoon, and I just haven't had any of those cravings. So that's been great.
So
Really
good. Ah, well, thank you so much for taking the time out today to do this. I know how busy you are. And if you're a woman and you're watching this, yeah, and you just, I guess, you know, listen to Dr. Phil. If you don't want to keep doing the same shit over and over again, and you actually want to break free and eat real food and get strong and save time, then click on the link below and fill in the application form, and then you'll be able to book in a time to speak to one of my coaches, and we'll see if the program's a good fit for you. We just want to see where you are now and where you want to get to. So thank you again, Michelle. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link for my friend. For your friend, sorry.
Yes,
yeah. And I'll see you in the program.
Thanks, Kitty.
Bye. Bye. Bye.